Hello students. So in this particular lecture video, we will be discussing about the various types of pattern and the materials which are used for making pattern. So as we already discussed, pattern is nothing but it's a replica of the object to be made. So we explained this with the help of a dumbbell. So I will also explain it with the help of this lock. Imagine you are making this lock using the casting process. So this lock has to be made uh, into a replica. So it may be made of either wood or other materials. It may be made of wood. For example, you take the case of the key itself. It may be made of wood. It may be made of plastic, anything. But it has to be the replica of the object which we are making. So that particular part is called as the pattern. So once the pattern is prepared, we can do the mold cavity and everything. So the requirement of this casting is that it should be accurate. It should represent the accurate value of the object to be made. So that's what is discussed here. It should be easily worked, shaped and joined. Wood is easily workable. Plastic is easily workable. Wax is easily workable. So these are the predominant materials from which pattern are made. Sometimes it may be made from metal also. It should be light in weight, because we will be using it repeatedly again and again. It should be easy to handle, hence the lightweight. Strong, hard and durable. The same point, it should be used again and again. So once the pattern is made, it can be used to make casting again, 1,000, 10,000 times it can be used. And dimensionally stable in all situations, whether it's a cold condition or very hot condition. Imagine in a furnace, foundry, it will be very high temperature. So it should have a dimensional stability. So these are the reasons why the pattern should be made with durable materials. So what are the various types of pattern materials available? Before that, we will discuss about the types of pattern. One is single piece pattern. So in a single piece pattern, the pattern will be made of a single block. So like this component, which is a cut section of a cube, here it can be made in a single box itself. Either in a coupe or a drag, you can place it and remove it easily. So it can be made in a single piece. But if you see this type of components which have a curvature surface, they cannot be implanted in a single pattern because the curve will never be obtained. It will only be a solid block. Hence, we are going for another type of pattern which is called as a split piece pattern. So in a split piece pattern, it will be split into two parts. One will be fit inside the hoop and another will be fit inside the drag. So then the other type of pattern is called as a match plate pattern. So this is also an extension of the split piece pattern. Here different shapes are embedded here. So it's a complex form of split piece pattern. Since it's a complex pattern, you will be having a match plate like this. To match both parts together, you will be having a match plate. Hence it is called as a match plate pattern. So this is a real world example of a match plate pattern. So next type of pattern is called as the gated pattern. So what are pattern we saw so far? They are used for making a single component. But if you need to make multiple components in a single stretch, you can go for this gated patterns. So these patterns will be having a mold cavity, pouring basin, and there will be structures like this which are called as gates. So through these structures, the molten metal will be flowing to each of the patterns. So this square block is actually the component which has to be made. So to make this component, you will be pouring the molten metal inside through this gates. The molten metal will go through these gates. Hence it is called as the gated pattern. And next is the loose piece pattern. So the component is very intricate. So imagine the component like this. So this particular shape cannot be made in a single pass. So what they will do is they will place the entire pattern inside and then they will remove this piece alone outside first and then remove the rest, because you take the entire component outside, this part will cause the damage. It will break, this part will break. Hence we will remove this first and then the rest will be removed. or rest will be removed and then this can be removed. Either way, the pattern will not, the mold cavity will not break during the removal process. Hence, it's the loose piece pattern. So the next type of pattern you will be seeing is a sweep pattern. So imagine you are making a cylinder. So you have to make a cylinder block as a pattern, right? So instead of making a cylinder block, you can make just a plate like this. So when it is rotated, you can get the cylinder automatically. So this reduces the pattern cost considerably. So these are some of the advanced pattern materials. So whatever pattern we discussed, predominantly we'll be using a split piece pattern and the single piece pattern. So based on special application, you can go for gated pattern or sweep pattern. So I hope you understood the pattern types. The major takeaway here is that what's a pattern? Pattern is the replica of the object which we have to make. So remember that. Thank you. We'll see in the next lecture video.